also work with jazz. So, without further ado, let's see what happens. Thank you very much. Okay, and let's do something just a little bit different for an accompaniment. And oh, Senor Don Gato was a cat on a high red roof. Don Gato sat. He went there to read a letter, meow, 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 where the reading light was better, meow, meow, meow. 'Twas a love note for Don Gato. My fourth grade kids would be very, very proud of me because it was their song. Okay, anybody elementary music people? Yay, okay guys, kids love this. We did this one year, one Christmas time. We did the whole shebang, you know, we had the staging and we had the cat and we had Don and the whole thing. It really works off very nicely, so it's something to be able to work with. So I've set my little timer for 45 minutes, so won't keep you. I'm doing a lot of things with iReal Pro, and that's the app that I've started out with. And my whole direction, as you can see, it's not just aimed at working with jazzers, okay? Because obviously I can play the jazz aspect if I want. The one that I just did with Fast Jazz 2 is a building. Okay, that's one of theirs. There's three different ones. First one, but the second, what I tried to do, as you'll notice, I tried to aim it also at the general music people. And if I was working in a classroom today, I would take this thing with me because it is so super to be able to work with. I don't have to push my piano. I can do so many neat things by using this as a background. It does a lot of things. First of all, you'll notice what you can do with this is you can go into various types of chord and scales, modes, and so forth. So if I wanted to use this, for example, I could put in the various chords, okay, so that it's behind me if I was doing improvisation so I know my chords to be working with. So I have the chords if I was working with a guitar or whatever else that I might want to be able to work with. And I can also go with guitar chords. So some of you people may be working with ukulele. They are there also for you, okay, which is a very nice thing to do. Now, the nice thing about this is you'll notice it has a mixer, which is really cool, because I wanted you to experience my golden tones, you know, when I was singing so delightfully, okay? So anyway, I'm using the vibraphone, as you'll notice. I'm using the click track instead of just a straight drum, and I could have used piano. Okay? Fast Jazz 2, I was working with heavier duty stuff. Also, if I want to go into practice mode, I can put this in, I can transpose down, I can take 8 measures, and I can have them looped. Okay, meaning I can play them over and over again if I'm trying to help with some type of mistake that is there. I can transpose to any key, and there's a lot of other neat things that you can do with this. One of the things you can work with is to export. So if I'm sharing audio out, I could share it out as a WAV or a WAV file if you want to use large files. Or many of you know about AAC. okay, the advanced audio coding files that are starting to be used now, okay, you're going to see these more and more. Advanced audio coding files are lossy files. They will lose some quality, but they have been designed to take over for MP3. Okay, so you're going to be seeing a lot of those. And of course, I can also export out with MIDI. The other nice thing about this, when I've started to work with this piece of software, is that I can do a lot of things in terms of searching for various aspects that are online. I was into, oh, it caught it. I can hit YouTube, web, whatever. What it will do is it will locate the type of file I'm working with. So if I have Don Gatto up, that means I can file all the various types of files, MIDI files, anything that's on YouTube, iTunes, all the various things, and I can use those as supplements. Okay, so which is really a very cool thing to be able to do. And another thing you can work with this is if you start to work with the specific aspects of the files to look for white on black, and I want to show you this and bring it up. What I can do is I can go to night mode, and if I go to night mode, I can now work in white and black. And this works for this. Anybody do any jazz playing at all? Okay, if you do, yeah, you can use this. Have you used this on the stand at all?
I use Fourscore.
Okay, yeah, this works very fine too. Okay, it's really a nice compact thing. Many people, by the way, work with, starting to work with the files such as working with a band in a box. Okay, band in a box does not work well on this instrument. Okay, it will work nice here on your regular computer, but you have to take an IP address and put it on this thing. That's why this is so cool, because for 12 bucks you can do all these wonderful things, and they are improving as it goes. So that's why I like this very much. So this is something you can work with iReal Pro. It's a very cool app, and I think it's nice to be able to work with. There was a gentleman who just has been writing some articles on using this thing as a performance instrument. His name is David A. Williams. He is a faculty member down at University of Florida, Tampa. He had an article in MEJ on using this as a performance instrument, which is really cool because you can do a lot of things with it. Now, if you notice the sounds that I'm getting out of this thing are pretty cool, aren't they? Any saxophone players here? Any woodwind people? Okay, if you listen to it, nice sound, okay? And as you notice, I've indicated as a tenor saxophone, right? Is that a tenor saxophone? No, it's really a baritone saxophone, okay? So what I will do is I will then change it up an octave. Now it is right on 6. So, okay, so I can do that, and if I was working with this, I could use this as a nice solo instrument, but your kids can too, because they can use this and be able to do some performance along with files or audio that you might want to put on the instrument. Many kids have finger problems, okay? They have larger fingers, right? So you might want to change this so the span would be a little bit larger. Okay, so now you can play, or they can play. Okay, very nice thing to be able to do. You've got an instrument sitting right in front of you. If you are a person who is doing any ORF activities, okay, I'm an ORF person, okay? I studied with Connie Saliba, who wrote the chapter on ORF for my book on Recorded it and had to be published, okay? But the nice thing about it, when I would have to buy a Studio 49 ORF instrument, bass xylophone, how much are you going to expend?
Over $1,000.
Oh, wow. I mean, I spent $700 on mine, okay? What can you do? Well, you can go to the aspects of this particular instrument, and I can change the scale and go to major pentatonic. Then I can go to the various percussion sounds that are built into this app, okay? And I can find any types of xylophones I want. So if you've got 3 kids, and they all got them now, right? They've all got these instruments, these things at home. If you can bring in 3 or 4 of them, you can have your own ORF ensemble, okay? For nothing. Okay, except getting the kids to bring them in and parents to cooperate. So this is something you can do if you want to lay in types of backgrounds and accompaniment. So I'm going to show you what you can do in terms of playing this thing as an instrument. I'm going to go to a major blues scale, and I'm cutting out of that. And I don't like it that the span that large, so I want to make it smaller. And what I've done is I've put together a file that I just made with iReal Pro, and I'm going to use that as my background. So,